When it comes to candidates and which one wins or loses, it boils down to who's the best liar. Politics in America is the dirtiest Games of Thrones there ever was, or ever will be.
Win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
That's their goal. Total radical control to bring horrific change to America. Only Georgians can stop.
God bless America! God America!
Is an anti-police extremist. That's why he's backed by defund the police radicals. Defunding the police is crazy. It's dangerous. While we're stopping real criminals, he's calling us thugs. Warnock cannot stand up to the radicals because he's one of them. American Crossroads is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Liberals. Now they're spending millions more for him because he could help them jam through their radical agenda. Raising taxes, rigging the rules for liberals to pack the Supreme Court. Dirty money.
There are some who refuse to accept Joe Biden won Georgia, echoing the president's unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud.
We know a state that's always been red is not blue. We voted for Trump, and our voices are not getting heard.
The Georgia Secretary of State's office has said several times there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud in Georgia. They also say the hand count audit showed the Dominion voting machines counted the votes accurately. Both the Secretary of State's office and the governor certified the election results on Friday. Those results showing Joe Biden won the state by a little more than 12,000 votes. And as we mentioned earlier, President Trump has now filed for a recount. Meanwhile, Democratic Senate candidate Jon Ossoff was at a food.
President-elect Joe Biden as the winner on Friday. Trump supporters who claim that the election was stolen rallied outside of the Capitol on Saturday. Sterling said that while they're getting ready to start the recount President Trump petitioned for, he's needed police protection.
I'm looking outside my window right now with the police car sitting right there. And it's been there, I think, about a week and a half. I mean, it was my birthday last week. Somebody, tweeted at me, this will be your last birthday cake you ever eat.
Sterling said they still have not uncovered any evidence of widespread voter fraud, but they are investigating every allegation. He said he's not intimidated, just frustrated, tweeting over the weekend, quote, "All is well, following the law, following the process, doing our jobs." In Atlanta, Rob DiRienzo, Fox 5 News.
Wow. 4 other suspects. We have more details on 11alive.com. Georgia's nearly 5 million ballots.
They win, and you and your family lose.
Recent developments involving legal challenges and certification of election results, I have determined that you may access the post-election resources and services described in Section 3 of the Act upon request. President Trump also tweeted, "I am recommending that Emily and her team do what needs to be done with regard to initial protocols, and have told my team to do the same." The president and his legal team still plan on fighting the results in court. On Monday, Biden and Harris met virtually with a few dozen mayors.
There's an old saying that was around back in the 60s and 70s. If you don't love America, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Last night I saw a video of Cecil Lance Bonham with Joe Biden wishing him a happy birthday and calling the state of Georgia blue. And nobody in the room was wearing a mask. But yet, they want to mandate these things for everybody. Do it by example, not by what you say. Do as I say, not as I do. Is that how you're going to play it? Keisha Lance Bonham, Mayor of Atlanta.
along with the FBI and U.S. Marshals, are on the scene.
Shoppers report hearing multiple gunshots, then seeing people running to safety. At least 6 people have been brought out on stretchers and put into ambulances. But the mayor says none of their injuries are life-threatening. We'll continue to follow the story and bring you any updates as soon as we get them.
Now at 6, Georgia County.
Whether they haven't confirmed if anyone's been arrested, they say they do plan to provide additional information a little bit later. Here in Atlanta, an argument between roommates escalates into gunfire. It happened on Ormwood Avenue in southeast Atlanta when 3 women got into a fight. Police say one of the women opened fire and shot her roommate. The victim was rushed to the hospital. Police say they do have the shooter in custody and are interviewing a witness.
The shooter resides at this location, so we're unsure if this was a self-defense shooting at this time or not, but time will tell once we can interview the victim properly and the witnesses on scene.
It's not clear if any charges will be filed. Police tell us they do expect that victim to survive.
The man accused of killing 3 people in Gwinnett County on Saturday is now in custody. Investigators say Justice Lusk shot and killed 3 men Saturday at a home on Creekwater Court. The 21-year-old was caught late Saturday night near the crime scene. He now faces 3 counts of felony murder. There's no word yet on a motive.
Atlanta's
Inside Lenox within the past year. Here is what we know right now. Police say a man was shot and injured inside the Apple store, for goodness sakes, located near the Peachtree Road entrance to the mall. Investigators say it began with an argument among several young men. One person being questioned, but APD is looking for other suspects as well. We have more details on 11alive.com. Tonight, Pfizer is asking the FDA.
14 to 19 years old. Authorities searching for multiple shooting suspects at this point. At least 2 people are dead. Jose. Officials say services weren't even taking place at the time, but confirmed that several homeless people have been brought inside from the cold. No one is in custody. We're expecting updates on this soon. The man accused of killing 3 people in Gwinnett County,
But late last month, he did something no other county department head dare try. He gave $28,500 worth of bonuses to 9 tax commission employees.
You're telling me that another department turns on and gives bonuses? When these guys can't even get their regular paycheck, it's infuriating.
Retired Lieutenant Thomas Woodruff says the furloughs have forced some fire stations to shut down on certain shifts because they don't have enough staff, putting the county's safety at risk.
To me, that is just a perfect sign that they have no clue where their priorities are. They don't care about the citizens, and they definitely don't care about these first responders.
The bonuses range from $7,000 for Baker's Chief Deputy Sharon Jackson to $1,000 for lower staffers. It's unclear why only 9 tax commission employees received the extra money. In an email obtained by the Fox 5i team, the county manager asked Commission Chairwoman Ramona Jackson-Jones, "Do you want us to approve these bonuses when most all other employees had to take furloughs?" According to a second email, the chairwoman said, since the tax commissioner is a position created by the Constitution, Baker can do what he wants with his budget.
We continue. I don't have the words. I don't know what to think about that.
According to the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, gunfire erupted at a house party early Sunday morning. 19-year-old Christopher Parker was shot and killed. And now deputies are searching for 2 of the 3 people tied to his murder. 18-year-old Cameron Allen and 18-year-old Jadarkis Caldwell. According to deputies, things escalated shortly after the men pulled up to the party in a car.
Witnesses said that some argument broke out, shots were fired by 3 individuals in an older Honda Accord, silver in color, that fled the area after the gunshot.
As deputies were interviewing people at the party, a Carroll County deputy came across a car matching that description. The deputy attempted to stop the car, and that's when Allen and Caldwell got out and ran.
We did set up a perimeter. We used drones and canines to try to locate the 2 suspects, and were unsuccessful.
The deputies did arrest the driver, 20-year-old O'Darian Bailey. He faces charges of murder, malice murder, and aggravated assault. Allen and Caldwell face similar charges. They'll also face additional charges for running from law enforcement. Deputies say the 2 men who are on the run are considered armed and dangerous, so please don't approach them. Just call 911.
Investigators tell us that they may be having to look for another crime scene as they believe that this victim was just dumped and left on the side of the road.
Just based on the evidence that we have on the scene or the lack thereof, some of the ground disturbance, we do believe that this happened at different locations.
Chilling details from the Atlanta Police Department after a man was found shot to death early Tuesday morning off Tiger Flowers Drive in northwest Atlanta. Officers say someone noticed the unresponsive victim on the side of the road after midnight.
When officers arrived on scene, they located what appears to be a 20-year-old male. He was deceased from an apparent gunshot wound to the back of the neck.
But where this happened, APD Homicide Commander Lieutenant Pete Malecki says will likely not have any surveillance camera footage to help investigators.
At this point, we have not been able to locate any. This street is kind of, there's a couple of abandoned houses nearby where we found the victim. So at this point, we do not believe we're going to have any surveillance footage.
Okay. 19 years. Howard Shook is preparing a paper to offer incentive retention bonuses that he hopes the full council will get behind.
The city cannot get on without them. We appreciate their service, and we'd like them to stay. Someone's got to do something. You can't beat something with nothing.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's lawlessness.
This former Army officer currently works with law enforcement.
And they feel like they're just being thrown under the bus. You know, if something goes sideways.
Shook says extra cash may not solve all the issues APD is facing right now, but he says the officers need to feel that they are appreciated.
I think it's critical that the government needs to acknowledge that they're as wanted as my constituents want them.
So he hasn't settled yet on a dollar amount. He needs to confer with finance officials, but he says it needs to be significant and not just, in his words, a tip for the officers. From Zone 2 in Buckhead, I'm Morse Diggs, Fox 5 News.
When it comes to candidates and which one wins or loses, it boils down to who's the best liar. Politics in America is the dirtiest Game of Thrones there ever was, or ever will be.